with ones that are a little higher power. So yesterday we were working with like x plus 2, meaning it was linear. Today we'll work with like x squared plus 2. And we just went over our schedule. Our chapter test is on the 16th. And so here's our first problem that we're going to try. We're going to try to decompose this fraction into a couple of other fractions. Well, what's our first step once again? Factor the bottom. So take a minute after you write that down, factor the bottom. So first step of factoring is, which is what here? X times what is x cubed? And x squared, or x times what is 9x? Now, since it's plus 9, can you go further? No. Okay. You cannot go further because it's plus 9. Because there's nothing that multiplies to 9 but adds to 0. That makes sense? Because 3 times 3 is 9 but adds to 9, or 6. And negative 3 and negative 3 would make 9, but that adds to negative 6. So there's nothing that works here. So first thing I look at is this term linear from what we talked about yesterday? Yeah. So I'm going to use A over that term. But is the second part linear? No. Now notice I'm giving myself space. Some of you that came in this morning, I noticed you tried to jumble it all up. Give yourself space. So here on the bottom, I'm going to write the x squared plus 9. What's 1 below x squared? It's x, right? So here, I'm going to put bx plus c. I have to go 1 below that, and then I have to go down to the original term. What's 1 below x? Just a number, right? That's why this one is just a number. Since this one had a squared, it gets a bx plus c. If it had been a cube, which we won't do in this class, but let's pretend this was cubed. This would be bx squared plus cx plus d. We're not going to do the squared though. You won't see a squared on top. That's the hardest you're going to see. And not what? No. No. You see one term, you see another term. These are two separate terms, Dacko. Don't try to put them together. I'm trying to break them apart. That makes more sense? Okay. So now, let's change colors. See, these are my two pieces I need. So I need both of these pieces on the denominator here. What is this one missing? X squared plus 9. So I'm going to put an x squared plus 9 on top and on bottom. Now, does it have all the pieces I have up here? Yes, right? What about this one? What's it missing? X. So I'm going to multiply top and bottom by x. But if I just did x plus 9, if I FOIL these two together, Jess, I actually get x squared plus 9x. That make sense? Good question. Okay. So now I'm going to write out my line, just like we did yesterday. A times x squared plus 9 plus bx plus c times x equals what? Equals my numerator. Very good. Now, on these ones, whenever I have these x squared terms in here, or I have a bx plus c, I actually like to distribute. That usually helps me out a little bit. So what is a times x squared? What is a times 9? Bx times x? C times x? Dx, right? I know, it looks confusing right now, but actually these are pretty simple. You know, right now you're thinking, what? No way. What I'm going to do right now, though, is I'm going to put these in order. Meaning I'm going to put all my x squared things together, all my x's things together, and then my numbers last. So notice these two are x squared, right? So ax squared plus bx squared. Yep. Because it's ax squared plus bx squared. You said ab, that's a times b. Okay. Now, what's the x squared thing over here? That equals 5x squared. That means if I add a and b together, what number does it have to be? It has to be a 5, right? Well, right now, I don't know what a and b are. So what's the only x term here? The cx has to be equal to, what's my x term here? Negative x? Hey, look at that. I wonder what x or what c could be. Negative 1? Hey, you've got c already. Now, notice how the 9a doesn't have the letter x in it at all. No, so this is just a whole number. So I'm going to make 9a equal to, what's my whole number over here? 0.7? Oops, I don't want to equal sign that. So what does a equal? 3? Now, I can go back to this first one. Maybe I can figure out b now that I know a. So I know 3 plus what is 5? So b is 2. My a was 3. 3 plus what is 5? So it looks more complicated, right? Just because we've got lots of a, b, c, x's, x squared, numbers. But really it's pretty simple math-wise, right?
Why don't you how
That would be why. Because I don't want to make it more complicated. No, we're doing them right. No, we're doing the whole thing. Why was I what? I ignored the half of your question, I buddy. I don't know what x is. X can be any number. Notice there's no actual equal sign here. So I can't simplify it further. I can't solve x equals a number because there's no equal sign up there. But now, what? Notice I've got the a, b, and c's that I'm finding. That's all I'm finding. But I don't have an equal in the original problem to find x. So you're not finding x, you're just trying to break this apart into several fractions. Okay? Guess what I have to do finally though? So I'm not done. Just write my answer. So a is 3. This would be 3 over x equals, what's b? So 2x plus, so I'm going to change that to 2x minus 1 over x squared plus 9. Yep. B was 2. X and c was negative 1. I just plugged those in, that's my answer. That was tricky. I'm not going to say these are easy. That's why we're taking Monday for you guys to work on the essential work. Okay? Yeah, I accidentally. That was a mistake, Cheyenne. That should be a plus. I'll tell you that. Okay? Alright, let's go do a different type. Relax. top is bigger than the bottom. You actually need to do some long division here. So I've set up the long division, and I'm going to give you a few minutes to go ahead and work on that. So x cubed times what is x to the fourth? X. Now I write it over the x just because I like to line my stuff up. So now I'm going to multiply. X to the fourth, 2x to the third, x squared, and that's it, right? And I switch my signs and I add. So these cancel. I'm left with 5x squared plus 20x plus 6. Do you guys agree? Yeah? So my answer so far that I have is x plus 5x squared plus 20x plus 6 over x cubed plus 2x squared plus x. I took the remainder and I put it on top here. When I get my final answer, I'm going to have x plus a fraction plus a fraction. So now I'm only decomposing this part. So what do I need to do with the denominator? Factor it. Go ahead and factor it. While you're factoring that, I'm going to erase my long division. Does anybody need to see it longer? Okay. Yeah, I'm going to leave that there. I'm just going to erase the long division. That way we have some room here. Yeah, you're factoring the bottom. You notice it's the same bottom that's here, right? Right now I have x plus 5x squared what's that first step of factoring, Scott? DCF, which is? That means I'm left with x squared plus. Huh. Does that factor further? Into what? So x plus 1 and. So how do I write that though? So, wait, this is what we did yesterday, exactly, right? Okay. Now notice all of these are linear. Do you see it squared on one of the x's? What times what is 1 but adds to 2? All good? So I'm going to set this up. Are you ready? A over plus B over plus C over go ahead and work on it from there. I forgot to hit record, so this is a bit off if you watch this on YouTube. That's your line, right? What x value do you want to pick first? -1? Okay, put in -1. What letter are you going to be able to tell me if you put in -1? C. Go ahead and find C. So Justin said choose x equals -1. And if I do that, my A's cancel. How about my B? So I'm left with C times -1 equals, what's -1 squared? Times 5? 20 times -1? Plus 6, right? So negative C equals -15 plus 6, that is, so C is, okay. I found one thing so far. And this is the thing. You have to pick one thing to find at a time. What number do you want to pick next? 0. So x equals 0. Will this cancel? No, what's 0 plus 1 then? And 1 squared is? So this would be A, right? How about this? Does this cancel? Does this? And if I put in 0 here, that cancels, and I'm left with I've got A, I've got C. How do I find B?
Pick a number.
What number you want?
I picked 1.
You want 1? Okay.
And I got my ABC.
Could she have chosen 20?
Yeah, that would be big.
Yeah, it would be really big. She could have though.
Wait.
But you pick any number that's not here already. Because there's no way to cancel things out here and here and be left with just B now.
How'd you get A equals 6?
So I plugged in 0.
Yeah.
If I put in 0 here, you just get the letter A, right?
Yeah.
This,
B.
B
Yeah.
times 0 is,
Yeah.
I canceled.
Yeah. 0. Yeah.
Okay, good question. All right, so now I'm going to plug in the A, the C, and the X. Find B. Go ahead. The bottom's already factored for us. When we see a squared on the outside of parentheses, what did we learn before? We actually have to write it.
You have to write it without the square and with the square.
Okay, so let's do that on the bottom real quick. Let me move that up a bit. So x squared plus 3. And then on the other one would be x squared plus 3 squared.
That was the square.
You could, you're just going to make your life miserable. Because then you'd have to factor it against Sparta to get back to this. Right. Now, since this is a squared, what do I have to put on top? Yep. It is. Because this has a square, so I have to go one below it. Does that make sense? So this has a square. What's one below a square? Just a regular. So I need AX plus B. Because I need a number at the end also. I have to go the whole way down the line. So like if it had started with x cubed, I needed AX cubed, BX squared, CX plus D. I have to go the whole way down. That make sense? A little bit more? Okay. Now remember how on the other one, it was a number over this, and then we did a number over this? Well, I'm not going to put a number because I have AX plus B, so over here, I'm going to put CX plus B. I don't need it. It ran away. Okay. That was cute. All right. Does this need anything else? What does this still need? Yeah. It needs the x squared plus 3 yet, right? It has 1, but how many does it need? That's why. Now we need to actually FOIL these two together. But my bottoms are the same, right? So now we're going to FOIL that. What is AX times x squared?
AX cubed.
Okay. What is AX times 3? Yeah. What's B times x squared? What's B times 3? Not yet. See how I still have the, I'm almost there. So I need to write plus. Equals. What part? Now. No, what if I tell you this is one of the easiest ones? Are you ready? No, here's why. Here's why. Is there anything else that has an x cubed with it other than the letter A?
No.
So what does A have to be? Okay, A6. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to cross it out so I don't even worry about it. Hey, I see a B with an x squared. I mean, so what does B have to be? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to stop us there because it's only a minute